what you got. Oh, I can't see tomorrow. Gotta live, try to get a little wiggle room, the rest don't stop. Quid pro quo, I need the best y'all got. Trying to make a dollar, flip it like it's vinyl. Trying to make a way. What's it worth to you if the price too high? Quid pro quo, I need the best y'all got. Give me your best. Don't take nothing less, cause I'm giving you 100. How you always leaving me with nothing? I'm not impressed. It's gonna take more than this, cause I'm giving you 100. And I don't even know if I can trust you for nothing.
Well, good morning, Vanessa. How are you? Good to see you here this morning. You are first to the door, and I am so excited about this morning, y'all. I'm going to share. I really am fired up about this morning because I've got something I want to share with you guys because it's building up to Thursday. But let's get through all of our good mornings. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? What are you doing right now, Michelle? Are you doing anything? Because I've been drinking water and reading. I haven't exercised since, I guess, Thursday, since my birthday, other than going playing golf. But I feel like a big blob of bleh. So I'm going to start my phase 1 in the morning. I'm not going to do it today because I've got to travel, but I'm going to do it tomorrow. Good. I'm glad, Vanessa. Good. And a girl, good job. Yeah, I'm doing phase 1. I've got to get back in this groove. This week has been fun, but I'm ready to get back in it. So good morning, Anne-Marie. How are you? You know, that pizza was delicious. I will tell you, just so you guys know, the pizza was good, but it was cauliflower crust. So I did have a pizza, but I got cauliflower crust pizza instead of regular crust pizza. So I'm not sure I've actually had a real pizza yet because sometimes the dough is the best part. But I did have a pizza and it was delicious. I'm not swearing off pizza for phase 1. I think I'm going to figure something else out there for phase 1. But I still, y'all, no joke, I still haven't had any alcohol. I still have not had one drop of alcohol, not a shot, not a beer, not a nothing. Though, so that's been pretty interesting. That Christy and I were talking about that the other day, I guess Saturday when we were leaving. I'm like, because we pulled out of Cusquilla. She goes, I'm not sure I've ever seen you at Cusquilla, have dinner at Cusquilla, and not have a drink. And I went, I just really didn't have a desire to have a drink. So that's cool. That's a neat feeling. So we had a great weekend, y'all. I hope you guys had a great weekend. We had the big event, which the event was big. It was kind of a thanks to Alex and Joseph Martin for having the petting zoo and having Fanny and Pablo and what's the other one, Mud, out there to let everybody pet. And we just kind of got out there and hung out. And it wasn't a huge deal for us. It wasn't like last year where we built the gazebo and had the best booth in the joint. But it was good to be out there. And obviously, we're looking forward to this little transition period. You know, the thunderstorm always happens where the cold front and the warm front hit. There's always turmoil in the transition. And so this transition that we're kind of facing right now, there's been a little bit of turmoil. But I don't know if you were up last night at midnight or 11 o'clock last night, but Christy was getting some things done. So we've got some transitions happening. I'm excited to share something with you. Y'all, we got big. Yeah, I think you remember a couple Thursdays ago, we had Brian Covey in with you guys from Revolution Mortgage. I have volunteered Brian Covey, and he has I was going to say reluctantly, but it wasn't even reluctantly. He was just down. So I sort of roped him into being one of my new mentors, and I'm getting to spend some time with him. And we're actually going to spend some time together on Thursday. But I will tell you when I say to you that Saturday when we left the big event, well, let's get going. I want to talk some more, but good morning, Anne Marie. Y'all need to text some folks and let them know we're here because I've got some. Thursday is going to be a big deal. If you remember, 2 Thursdays ago we had Brian on, and then this Thursday we're having another special guest on. Then I'm going to show you a little video and just let you know who we've got coming on Thursday. And good morning, Facebook. Hey, dude, what up, Anthony Davis? So good morning, y'all. Welcome to Monday, man. Welcome to Monday. There's not a better day to start a week than Monday, unless you started on yesterday, which most of you, I didn't, and I'm trying to. I've got all my stuff planned to do this, but I just haven't been able to get that groove. But my next part of phase one, that's going to be one of my critical tasks. And one of my critical tasks is going to be, I'm going to get more regimented in my scheduling, get more regimented in my following my daily checklist. So I'm looking forward to my phase one starting tomorrow morning. So let's get going. My name is Aaron Dwyer, and my wife, Christy Dwyer, and I started a company called Exit Realty Lake Country. And we started Exit Realty Lake Country really for the sole purpose of changing the real estate industry one agent at a time. And we've jumped into this thing with both feet and built a great company with you guys, and built a community and a following that we're really, really proud of. But we built this company and built this community around the fact that if we can help agents become the best versions of themselves, we can help them become better real estate agents. So every single morning, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, we get up, we share love and light and motivation with our agents and with our community, hoping that we get them off to a good start, helping we get their mornings off to a good start. And hopefully with that morning being off to a good start, we increase their odds of having a fantastic day. And y'all, this life's all about the incremental, not the monumental. And if we string enough really good days together, man, we can make a beautiful, beautiful life. So here we are. Good morning, Teal. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Vanessa. If y'all know the deal, if you're here with us this morning, you're up live and you're at your computer, just jump in those comments and let me know that you're here with a good morning. Your name will pop up. If it pops up Facebook user, then just click that little link from StreamYard. Thanks to StreamYard for giving us the opportunity to share with people all over the country, all over the world, really. A little bit of love, a little bit of light, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of fun. If you're not with us early this morning, you don't want to get up early and don't want to do this, well, I'm going to encourage you when you watch this later, get your butt out of bed early. Get your butt out of bed before the sun comes up, because you can do amazing things in the first 2 hours of your day before your day tries to take over your life. So let's get rolling. Michelle Tilson, good morning. Vanessa Self, good morning. Anne Marie, good morning. Let's get this thing rolling, y'all. So I'm going to share with you. I wish there were more people here, but I'm going to build some momentum. Hopefully this week will build some momentum. I know it's Monday. I know even some folks right now over in that other room are still in the bed and keep telling Alexa to snooze. I didn't get up as early as I wanted to get up. I'm carrying over some of my lazy from Thursday and Friday, I guess from Friday into Monday, and that's got to stop. So I will tell you, and Michelle Tilson, congratulations on continuing your workouts. I'm still drinking water, still doing that, and still doing my thing where that's concerned, still reading, still doing everything, but I got to get back in my routine of my exercise and get up and run and get up early, go. So wherever you are in these fine United States or across the world, Puerto Rico, territories, whatever, welcome. So let me share with you a little bit about what happened this weekend. I want to share with you a little bit about what we're going to do on Thursday, because I want to kind of build to that. We are going to start having some structural changes to our calls, and we're going to have going to start making some alterations through the week, Monday through Friday. I'll talk about that some more, but it looks like Tuesdays and Thursdays will be our full bore big calls, the hour, 45 minutes to an hour call. Every other Thursday, we're going to have a guest like we did 2 Thursdays ago with Brian Covey. This Thursday, we're going to have another special guest. I'm going to show you who that's going to be here in just a second. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we're going to keep our calls to probably around 30 minutes. We're going to shorten those calls a little bit on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We're also going to start making sure that our calls are going to you guys, obviously to our agents, to the folks in the collective, our DRG collective group. Make sure that you guys are staying involved in the calls. But if you're not in the DRG collective group, if you're not part of our community, then we are going to start limiting those calls to only folks in those communities. So as this progresses and moves forward, we're going to start moving into this transitional piece and start, again, this is going to be a work in progress as we do this. It's not going to affect you guys tremendously or at all, outside of the fact that on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, those calls are going to get a little bit shorter. And we'll talk about that some more in the future as we start to transition into this next phase that we have. If you are in with us this morning, I'm looking at names here. If you've not transitioned over, now's the time to go. If you have any questions, please reach out to me or Christy. But we have got I think we have most of the first line folks in already transitioned over. We're starting to transition the second line folks over. So if you don't know how to transition, or you don't know, when you need to come over, please reach out to me or Christy. Let us know. We'll give you the steps in that process. It's a really, y'all, I'm telling you, Michelle Tilson, you can vouch for this. I don't know who else on here. I know Anthony started his process, and who else started their process, but Michelle can vouch for this, because I actually did sit on the call with Michelle and Sophia. This process is very regimented is not the right word, but it's very planned out. It's very methodical. Michelle sat with Sophia for an hour. She's got a couple more calls with Sophia to make sure that Michelle's completely onboarded. And if you want to reach out to Michelle and ask her how that process was, I will tell you that Santriani, I think it's her last name. Sophia is one of the most fantastic human beings you're ever going to meet in your entire life. That girl is sweet as sugar. She has, I'm telling you, Lynn Garrison and Sophia. Okay, so when you get, and Sophia is Sophia. So just reach out if you don't know how to reach her. I know there's a Calendly link that she's going to send out. Michelle's got a second call with her today, but it's very regimented. There's some steps in that process. So Teal, Anthony, if y'all having some confusion, if there's something in there that you need to figure out, let us know. We'll help you with this process and help you get transitioned over, because we need to get this thing rolling. We are March the 20-something today, March the 20th today. So y'all, we've got to get y'all in the groove and get y'all doing some real estate. We've spent 3 months doing this stuff that we've been doing, or 5 months if you look at the end of last year. So it's time for you guys to get your feet firmly planted and set down so that we can roll. Okay. But let's just get going. It's time to get going. All right. So let's roll into our call today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you, as we roll into our call, I'm going to share with you a little snippet of what's going to happen on Thursday and who we're going to have on Thursday. And so let's just do that right now. I'm going to give you that. And so if you've got some popcorn, it's a little 2-minute trailer, 3-minute trailer. Go ahead and get that set in front of you. But I'm going to share with you who we're going to bring on Thursday. So here we go. You ready? Let's do this.
As a 13-year-old, the doctors gave me 3 months to live.
He had just lost everything, and he had lost his hope.
Going in for a checkup for the first cancer, they found a second cancer. The doctors gave me 14 days to live.
He said, "Mom, if I don't make it, I've had a good life." And I said to Sean, "You're going to make it." Didn't want to lose my little baby.
The cancer could take my body, but it could never touch my mind. I'm cured of cancer, but I'm not done fighting it. And I'm going to continue fighting it just to give people hope and let them see what's possible. Well, I've completed the highest mountain on every continent, which is the 7 summits, and I've trekked to the bottom of the Earth, the South Pole. I only have the North Pole left.
Two polar bears sniffing around. One of the team has seen prints, and 2 of the bears approached one of the camps.
Sun doesn't really do a good job of warming anything up. The only time this usually works is when it's about minus 40.
Huh? Oh, shit. I paused.
There's 5 of us on this expedition. There was originally 6, and unfortunately, one person's had to be evacuated. but it's a relentless place, the frozen ocean. Absolutely relentless. Takes no prisoners.
No cancer survivor's ever done the Adventure Grand Slam before. It's something that needs to be done, proving that you can go to literally the ends of the earth to give people hope.
Okay, y'all, we had the opportunity to meet Sean Swarner in Puerto Rico. Y'all seen some of my pictures, and on my Instagram, I told y'all I really get intrigued by people who are superhuman. I don't know if in that trailer it didn't say this, but Sean Swarner only has one lung. He was diagnosed with 2 cancers when he was a child, was supposed to die. He was given 14 days to live on his second cancer. They came in and gave him last rites. They removed one of his lungs. He climbed Mount Everest with one lung. I'm not sure y'all heard that. He's climbed the highest 7 summits on 7 continents. He's gone to the South Pole. He's gone to the North Pole. He's done all this with one lung. He's completed the Ironman in Hawaii. He summits Mount Kilimanjaro every single year with a group of people with one lung. And I've told y'all this story that I felt like I was doing pretty well until you meet Sean Swarner. And you realize that all of our complaining that we do and all the things that the hurt and the pain and the anguish and agony that we go through, and then you meet somebody like this, he's a superhuman, y'all. He's a superhuman, but not only is he a superhuman physically, but he's a superhuman relationally. He's a superhuman in person, because this dude has got so much character. He's got so much humility. So Saturday, I'm going to see how God's working right now. On Saturday, when we left the big event, I don't know why. I do not know why. I can't tell you why. But I got a text. Sean Swarner was one of the people in Puerto Rico that I went up to him and gave him a hug. And I walked up and said, dude, he's got a Navy SEAL status for me. Like when I meet a Navy SEAL, they have that kind of status for me. When I met Sean Swarner, he has that kind of status for me. He's up here in my eyes. He reaches out to me a couple of weeks ago and says, hey, can we get together? I'd love to spend some time with you. And I'm like, looking at my phone going, real? And I told her, I was like, Sean Swarner reached out to me, wants to spend some time with me. What in the world could I offer that dude? What in the world could I offer Sean Swarner? So he comes, we have a conversation. We talked last week. I'm not even going to tell you the story right now. I'll tell the story later down the road. But suffice it to say, and I got chills right now talking about this. Suffice it to say that when I go back and start connecting the dots to all the things that we've been doing for the last 2 years, some of the relationships that Christy and I have created over the last 2 or 3 years, those relationships are like this. Those circles that I talk about all the time, when they spin out here like this, and then they finally connect. Y'all, I wish I could see these chill bumps on my arms. When these circles finally connect and they finally come together, the magic that's about to happen as a result of what can I do as a person? I can just be me. I can just be me and have the relationships and just be open to what God's going to have me do, and to be in the spot that God's going to have me be in, to be in the place in my life where I'm supposed to be. And I have my 2 feet firmly planted. I'm confident in who I am. And after that conversation with Sean, I put Sean in conversation with someone else. We connected those 2 together. And on Saturday, when Christy and I left the big event to go back over to the office to sit on a call and to watch these 2 people come together, to watch this, Christy and I sit in the middle, to bring these 2 circles together and watch them touch, to see what's about to happen, I cannot even describe to you. I said this in a call the other day. When you drop a pebble in the water, it creates ripples. But you only can see the last ripple with your eyes. You don't see the actual last ripple. You can only see the last ripple that you can see. You can only see the last ripple that your vision will allow you to see. You don't see the momentum that it carries on past the last ripple that you see. So everything that you do, every action that you take creates a ripple. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about this morning. But every time you create an action, every time you take a stand, every time you create some kind of something, whether it be call or not call, whether it be knock or not knock, whether it be relationship or no relationship, whether it be what we're going to talk about today in this call, and your ethics and your ethic and being highly ethical, that drops pebbles in the water, and that pebble in the water creates ripples, but you don't see the last ripple. The conversation that Christy and I had on Saturday is creating a ripple. I promise you, we're never going to see the end of. But there are going to be hundreds of thousands of lives impacted by the conversation that we sat and watched, that we sat, Christy and I got to sit and take part of on Saturday. The hundreds of thousands of lives all over the world, they're going to be impacted. And you're going to hear more about Sean's story on Thursday. He's going to join us live on Thursday on our call. He lives in Colorado, in Castle Rock, Colorado. So he's going to get up at 3:30 in the morning. Is that right? 3:30 in the morning to be on our call with us on Thursday morning. You're going to get to talk to Sean Swerner live. If you want to be freaking amazed at what this dude is and who this dude is, go watch that documentary, True North, the Sean Swarner story. Because when we listened to him talk in Puerto Rico, when he stood up and talked about his journey, the things that he's done, when someone like that tells you it ain't that bad, when someone like that tells you you can do anything you want to do, and it's so funny. I was talking to him about phase 1 last week and talking to him about taking cold showers, and he kind of giggled. He said, I don't like being cold. He said, I know cold showers are good for you. I know physiologically they're really, really good for you. He said, but I've been cold before, and I just don't want to be cold anymore. I just don't like it. That's why I pay for gas. That's why I pay for heat. I don't like being cold. And when you watch that documentary and you see that he spent 10 days at the North Pole, walking to the North Pole for 10 days in -38, -48, that the cup of water that he threw up, that water was boiling, y'all. He said that was boiling water in that mug that he threw up in the air, and it froze as soon as it hit the air. That's how cold it was. So when Sean Swarner says, I don't like being cold anymore, I tip my cup to him and say, sir, I don't blame you. But an amazing human being, an amazing testimony to the fact that if you don't quit, you won't stop. That the only time that you stop is when you decide to quit. The only time that you are done is when you decide you're done. On that expedition, I'm not going to tell the story. You got to watch the story. So I promise you, Thursday morning, you want to set your alarm to get up on Thursday morning. You want to make sure that everybody that's not on this call this morning is on this call on Thursday morning. And that video, that documentary, that trailer is obviously going to be on this call, so people will see this. So, and I'm going to share some things out because it's super important that y'all understand that every other Thursday, think about the caliber of people that we're able to bring to you guys now. Just for a little perspective, when you look him up, I don't know what this is. I mean, this is like this may be like the Dos Equis commercial, but he's ranked at the number 8 most interesting person in the world. I guess number 1's a Dos Equis guy, because obviously that dude is like the most interesting man in the world. And Sean's down the list like at 7 or 8. But just understand what he's done. I want to put this in perspective. Then we're gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna get you guys off this call, because 30 minutes flies by. Holy smoke! She got me on a timer, and I'm like, whoo! I'm not even gonna be able to talk about anything. We'll talk about some more. Suffice it to say, he's an amazing human being. Set your alarms for Thursday. We'll talk more about what he's done, the accomplishment. Cooper, hello, good morning. What he's done, his accomplishments, and why it's going to be super important for you to hear his story. And I believe that I'm thinking I may open this up on Thursday. If you have people in your life right now who are battling something, if it's battling cancer, if it's battling some kind of sickness, if it's battling some kind of something, alcoholism, depression, if they're battling something that it's going to take them some mighty strong mind power and willpower and heart power to get through, I want to open this up to them, and I want them to come to the Exit Realty Lake Country Nation. I'm going to put that on you guys. So there's 8 of you on this call right now. If statistics are correct, probably at least 6 of you know somebody going through cancer, going through something, battling some kind of depression, battling alcoholism, battling something that they got to get through. Okay. There should be another 6 people, 14 people on this call. Everyone who's part of the DRG, part of the collective, part of our team should be on there. But if you've got somebody in your life next to you, by you, your husband, a spouse, whoever, I don't care, invite them to hear this story. Because I promise you, this is the great thing about being in circles like this. When you see someone else who's done it, it makes you believe you can do it. It's a beautiful thing. The caliber of people that we're able to bring to you guys right now, the caliber of people that we're able to put in front of you guys now, the community that we have talked about, y'all, and we've told you this transition I'm telling you, you've got to come to the Grand Canyon for yourself. You've got to jump in this thing, both feet, and understand that what we're putting in front of you, the folks that we're bringing to you, the people that we're bringing into your life are next level. Next level. Sean Swarner is one of 8 billion. I'm telling you, he's one of 8 billion. He's one of only, I think he's the first cancer survivor, if this is right, and Christy can tell me if I'm right, but I believe this is correct. He's the only cancer survivor to summit Mount Everest. Only. The only one. He's the only cancer survivor. He's one of 56 people on the planet who have created this world thing that he's done. The 7 summits and the 2 poles. He's one of 56 human beings on the planet that's ever done it. Pretty rarefied air, y'all. This ain't like we're bringing Jim the oil change guy to talk about oil changes for you guys on Thursday. This dude's legit, and y'all need to be here on Thursday. You need to tell everybody that's in your phone that they need to be here on Thursday. Because Sean Swarner is little. Can y'all hear in my voice? This dude's legit.
Oh, by the way, he is still to this day, the only one, and he did it with one lung.
To do what?
He still to this day is the only cancer survivor to summit Mount Everest.
He's still, Christy, tell me, she's looking it up over there. He's still today the only cancer survivor that's ever summited Mount Everest. And he's the only one that's ever done it with one lung. Do y'all understand that? He summited Mount Everest almost 30,000 feet with one lung. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Because I think this is Sean Swarner in a nutshell. I'm going to talk for 10 minutes and I'm going to let y'all go because I'm literally amazed. All right. We're at number 27, y'all. We have 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So we have 6 more days of going through Grant Cardone's 32 things that successful people do that unsuccessful people don't do. 32 things, and I hope y'all are taking these down. I hope you're writing these down. I hope you're trying to implement these into your life. If you want to be something that other people aren't, if you want to go places that other people haven't, if you want to do things that other people haven't, if you want to be in that 10% difference and not be like the other 90%, if you want to be like the ones who are bitching and moaning because there's not any business, then go be. That's easy. It's easy to be like the crowd. It's easy to be like the 90%. The difficulty is doing what other people won't do. The difficulty is doing the 10% difference that people want. They won't do it. Number 27 is be highly ethical. Number 27 is being highly ethical. Successful people operate in accordance to the rules and standards for right conduct and practice. If you're a realtor, you're in this business. There are ethical standards. There are standards of conduct that we adhere to as realtors. That we are highly ethical. But I'm going to go a step further than that. We are people of character. We do the things in the dark that we're supposed to do that are right when nobody else is looking. We do things when nobody else is looking. We do things because it's the right thing to do, not because we're going to get in trouble, not because we're going to get accolades, not because we're going to get some benefit from somebody else looking at us doing it. We do the right thing even when nobody's looking. And that right there, friends, is not only ethics, but it's character. Because I believe in my heart that those two things are synonymous. That your ethics and your character are of the same ilk. They're on the same page. They're on the same vein. They're in the same lane. And through 75 hard, through those 75 days, were there days that I said, you know what? I could click that button and it's worked out. Nobody's looking. Nobody's watching. It's 10 o'clock at night. I could have clicked the button and said I worked out. But I didn't. I never did. And I said, that is a slippery slope, son. And while it may not mean anything in this whole 75 hard challenge and the whole scheme of things, it's not changing the orbit of the sun or the orbit of the earth around the sun. It's not altering anything in the ethos. It definitely alters something in here. And character and ethics are hand in hand. And when you do things when nobody's looking, when you do things when nobody's watching to benefit yourself and harm somebody else, that's not ethical. When you do things below board, when you do things to undermine someone else, to help yourself or to promote yourself, that's not ethical. We've had a lot of changes in our group. We've had a lot of changes in what we do. And I will tell you that my wife, you can say what you want to about being scattered, and you can say what you want to about her trying to spin too many plates at once, and you can say what you want to about what she does or what she doesn't do, and your frustration or your happiness or whatever. But I promise you this, that woman has cement shoes on when it comes to principle, and when it comes to standing on right, and when it comes to standing on the things that are right. She has cement shoes on, and you're not going to move her. I promise you, she will fight hell, the devil, fire, pestilence, locust, dogs, people. She will stand right there in her principle, and she will stand firm in cement shoes, and she will fight you to the death because she believes in her ethics and her principles way deep down inside. And our company has changed, and we've had some transition, and we've had some things that have happened, and there have been some things that have gone away. When you look at from a very superficial, a 10,000-foot view, you could say a lot of bad things if you wanted to, and you could have a lot of opinions about what's going on in this company. But I promise you, what happens in the dark always gets revealed in the light. And I say this to my kids all the time. The truth doesn't need me to defend it. And ethics don't need you to defend them. And character doesn't need you to defend it. Your character and your ethics, what you do in the dark always shows up in the light. It always comes out. So what I'm saying is this. Successful people have high standards. Successful people have high morals. Successful people have standards of ethics. Successful people do things in the dark because it's the right thing to do. Successful people do things in the dark that they're supposed to do. Because here's what happens. If I click that button and said I complete my workout when nobody's watching, does it affect you at all? Not in the immediate. But it erodes my character. And if my character gets eroded enough, and I start to do things and it goes down that slippery slope, like always attracts like always attracts other things. And if my character is suspect, I attract people's character who is suspect. If I do things unethically, I attract those things that are unethical. Birds of a feather flock together. My point to you is this. Someone like Sean Swarner, high character, highly ethical, does the right thing because it's the right thing to do. The people that are coming into our lives right now, they're all high ethics. They're all high character people. Do they make mistakes? Oh my gosh, do they make mistakes? Have I made mistakes? Oh my gosh, have I made mistakes? Have I hurt people in my life in my 51 years of being on this planet? Without a doubt. Have I done things that are unethical, out of character? Have I done things in the dark that I wish had not been revealed in the light? Without a doubt, absolutely. Yes, indeedy. without a doubt. Nobody's perfect. No, not one. But from this moment forward, what I can vow to you and what I want you to do in your life is I want you to create such standards and high ethics and be such a person of character is so that you won't accept people who are unethical. You won't accept people in your life who are not of high character. That your circles and the people that you run with will be such high character people, high ethical people, that your standards of morals and practice that you do are so high and above board that when people look at you, they'll know when you walk in the room, they can count on you. They can absolutely trust you. You are that trusted advisor. Because you will raise people around you. Your children will be of high character, of high ethics, of high ethical standards. Successful people operate in accordance to the rules and standards of procedure and practice. They do the ethical thing. They hold themselves to a high standard. Do you realize that one of the issues that we have in this industry right now is that we have agents and we have people in this business who have licenses, who have they go and they spend their $300 or $400 to go get a real estate license, and then the only thing they care about is themselves. Good morning, Mags. Because one of the things in the Realtor Code of Ethics is you won't self-deal, that you will not put your needs, desires, and wants ahead of your clients, that you'll always put your clients' needs, desires, and wants ahead of your own. You've heard Christy say this. There are times when taking a commission and making the sale is not the right thing to do. Where the right thing to do is foregoing your commission, foregoing what you want or what's going to serve you the best to make sure that your clients are served the best. Sometimes you got to forego what puts money in your pocket to do what's best by your clients. And at our company and what we do, that's the standard that we hold ourselves to, and that's the standard we hold yourself, that we hold all of our team to, our company to, our organization to. That's the ethical, moral standard we want to create. Do we make mistakes? Absolutely. Are there things that have happened? Without a doubt. Are there things we could wish now in hindsight we could have gone back and changed? Oh my gosh, 100 times over. I put something on Instagram last night. I finished up blue fishing. I finished up the book, and I'm gonna get off here because we got to roll. Today's a travel day, and I got some stuff I got to get done this morning. I finished up blue fishing last night, and I put an Instagram post last night up late when I finished it. That's book number 9 out of 24, by the way. I have 15 books left. I am a quarter of a way through my number 10 book, my double-digit book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. Thanks to Michelle T for being so fantastic. I got 2 more to read during phase 1, Relentless and Winning. And which one goes first? Michelle, is it Relentless or Winning? I got 2 books on Saturday for my birthday. Thanks, Michelle Tilson. That was very sweet of you, by the way, you and Jared. Thank y'all so much. Book number 10. But last night on Instagram, I put a post. And it said, and I don't remember exactly what it said. I have my blue fishing book. My blue fishing book's in the other room. But the gist of it, okay, Relentless is first. Perfect. The gist of it is that people's perception of you is not the truth. That people's opinion of you is not the truth. And just because somebody says something about you doesn't make it true. I have a little saying that I say to my kids that I'm not going to say here, but basically Medea said this. Yes, Medea. You know, y'all know I adhere to some really strong philosophers. Medea, Cat Williams, those are sort of my high-end philosophy. Socrates, all those guys, they don't know what they're talking about. But Medea and Cat Williams, those are my 2. But Medea said, it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. Perception is not reality. That's just someone's opinion of something that's happened. So if you remain strict, if you remain steadfast, if you remain locked in on being highly ethical, on being highly moral, on putting your clients first above your own needs and wants, if you stay strict and steady on not self-dealing, on putting the needs of someone else before your own, when you hear Sean Swarner talk on Thursday, when you watch his documentary and you see the reason why he did what he did, it wasn't so that he'd have a documentary. And it wasn't so that people would say his name all over the world. And it wasn't so that he'd be the 8th most interesting person on the planet. And it wasn't so that he'd be the only one that ever summit Mount Everest with one lung. That wasn't why he did it. Sean Swarner did it for everybody else. He put himself through all the things that he put himself through to be an agent of hope. And he ain't Jesus, but I'm going to tell you what, that's right down the lane that Jesus was in. Because everything that Jesus did in the Bible, that story, that reality, that cross, that resurrection, everything that he did was for everybody else. And when you find a human being who will walk step after step after step after step, who will take a journey, and not just any journey, but a journey that has killed people, a journey that not many people can take. And he doesn't do it for himself, but he does it to give hope to other people. He does it to give life, because guess what? Hope creates life. Listen to Sean Swarner's story. You need to do some investigation to Sean Swarner. Y'all need to make sure that you're here on Thursday. You need to make sure you're plugged in on Thursday, ready to write notes, ready to be talked to, ready to get some insight on Thursday. I'm going to go because we're 15 minutes late. I'm 15 minutes past when I said I was going to be. Y'all, here's what I'm going to say to you this morning. It is Monday, man, but who cares? Don't wake up like the rest of the world bitching and moaning on Monday. Don't wake up like the rest of the world moaning and groaning because they got to get up on Monday and got to go to work or they got to go do stuff. Get up on Monday I'm telling you what, the sun's not even up yet, but it's starting to peak. I can see the sky getting pink over there. It's starting to peak a little bit. Your attitude should be at 100 before that sun comes up. Your journey to life today should be at 100 before that sun comes up. Your ability to go get hope and love, your ability to hug on the people that you love and that love you, your desire to go do magical things today for other people around you should be at 100 before that sun comes up this morning. Always have high standards. Always have high ethics. Successful people always operate to a high ethical and moral standard. Doesn't mean they're perfect. Doesn't mean they don't make mistakes. But that's their North Star. That high ethics, that high moral standard is their North Star. Go be that person today. Go share love, light, and hope today. Go be the sun in somebody's sky today. Go make a relationship today. Go have conversation today. Y'all, this is going to be a fantastic day. It's going to be a fantastic week. And you got to start a week today. It's going to be a fantastic rest of the month. It's going to be a fantastic spring. Y'all, you are creating a fantastic life every single moment of the day. Every single second. If you'll pay attention to it, you're creating a fantastic life. One little brick by one little brick, one little brick by one little brick. So go do something magical today. Go do something fantastic today. Operate that high moral, ethical standard today. Watch a little bit about Sean Swarner. Okay? Share that with somebody today. Give someone hope. Okay? Give somebody some hope today. I love y'all. Be good, be great, be you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all say, give me some travel prayers. I'm traveling today back to Tennessee. Got a big week ahead of us. We have some more fantastic things to get done this week. And y'all, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the rest of this life with y'all. Love y'all. Be good, be great, be you. See you guys. Oh, hey, Caitlin, good morning. Bye, y'all.